Welcome back to AI Paper Podcasts. Today we're tackling a paper. It's called Humanity's Last Exam.
Oh yeah, I've heard about this one.
It's making quite a stir in the AI community, and it proposes this benchmark
Right?
designed to really see what AI can do,
Yeah.
when it comes to complex academic questions.
Yeah.
And this isn't your average benchmark, almost 1,000 subject matter experts
Wow.
from over 500 institutions and like 50 countries contributed to this thing.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So it's a pretty big deal.
It is. It is. And what I find really interesting about this paper is it's sort of a response to the current state of AI benchmarking.
Oh, yeah?
We've seen these models that were evaluated in MMLU, for example,
Right.
hitting like 90% plus accuracy,
Right.
which basically means we're kind of running out of ways to really test these systems effectively.
Right.
So Humanity's Last Exam, or HLE as they call it, is designed to address this problem head on.
So it's like we need to create an entirely new playing field
Yeah.
to really see what these AI models can do.
Exactly.
So how does HLE try to accomplish this? What's different?
So there are several key aspects that really set HLE apart.
Okay.
First, it's massive.
Okay.
It has 3,000 questions across over 100 subjects.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking everything from math and physics to literature and history and everything in between.
100 subjects.
Mhm.
That's a pretty broad range.
It is.
I mean, what kind of questions are we talking about here? Give me some examples.
Okay, so figure 2 in the paper gives you some really interesting examples.
Okay.
We're talking about like translating Roman inscriptions,
Oh.
analyzing the syllable structure of biblical Hebrew, even getting into like hummingbird anatomy.
Okay. Color me intrigued.
Yeah, it's not your typical multiple choice test.
No, it's not.
And then to make things even more interesting,
Right.
they've incorporated multiple modalities.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 10% of the questions involve images.
Okay.
So the models have to actually process and understand
Yeah.
visual information along with the text.
Okay. So multi-subject, multimodal. This is quite the exam.
It is.
But what makes these questions so hard for AI?
Well, they have very strict submission criteria
Okay.
for the questions. So first of all, they have to be original.
Okay.
Second, they have to be very precise in how they're worded.
Right.
And this is really important. They have to be resistant to simple internet searches.
Oh, so they can't just Google the answer.
Exactly. They can't just rely on their massive memorization capabilities or, surface level pattern recognition.
Just so they have to actually reason through it.
Yeah, they have to actually understand the concepts.
Okay, I see it.
And to really drive this point home, the creators offered a $500,000 prize pool for high quality question submissions.
That's putting your money where your mouth is.
It is. They're serious about this benchmark.
Yeah, they are.
Um,
So how did they actually put this exam together?
So it's a multi-stage review process.
Okay.
First, they do what they call an LLM difficulty check.
Okay.
Every single question is tested against state-of-the-art LLMs, and only the ones that the AIs just totally can't answer,
Right.
those are the ones that even make it to the next stage.
So they're filtering out anything that AI can already handle.
Exactly.
Clever.
So then the questions that pass this initial AI filter,
Oh?
they go through 2 rounds of human review.
Yeah.
And these reviewers are graduate level experts
Oh.
in their respective fields.
So like an army of professors
Yeah.
created this exam.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did they actually have to answer every single question?
Interestingly, no.
Okay.
The paper states that reviewers weren't expected to fully verify solutions if it would take them more than 5 minutes to solve.
Oh, wow. So these questions are hard.
Yeah, even for experts.
All right. So after this intense creation process,
Yeah.
how did the AI models actually do on this exam?
Well, the results were pretty humbling for the AI world.
Okay. So how badly did they fail?
Accuracy scores below 10% across the board.
Less than 10%.
Yeah.
That's rough.
And this includes like the most advanced LLMs, GPT-4, Grok, Claude, Gemini, all struggle.
Okay.
Really struggling.
So it's not just a pop quiz. They're failing.
No.
This is the final exam.
Yeah.
And they're not doing well.
It really highlights that, despite all the progress we've made in AI,
Right.
reaching expert level human capabilities is
Yeah.
still a huge challenge.
Okay. So they didn't just look at overall accuracy, right?
Right.
What else did they find?
They found that these models were often overconfident
Oh.
in their incorrect answers.
So they were wrong and they were sure about it.
Yeah, instead of admitting uncertainty, they would just make things up, basically.
Oh, wow.
Make up explanations and solutions that weren't grounded in reality.
They were hallucinating.
Yeah,
So
basically.
what does that tell us about AI reasoning?
Well, it suggests that while AI is great at things like language processing and, writing creative text,
Right.
its reasoning abilities are still pretty limited.
Okay.
When you give it a really challenging problem that requires deep understanding and logical thinking, it seems to fall apart.
So humanity's last exam isn't just a test.
No.
It's a reality check for AI.
It's a wake-up call.
It's saying, hey, we've got a long way to go.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about how this exam was created, how the AI models did,
Yeah.
but I'm sure our listeners are wondering, what does this all mean?
Right.
What are the bigger implications of this research?
Yeah, let's get into that.
Why should we care about this benchmark?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
And one I think we should definitely dive into. So one thing that really stood out to me in this paper
Yeah.
was their predictions about how AI models might perform in the future.
Okay.
Because, obviously, current LLMs are struggling with HLE.
Right, less than 10%.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
But the history of AI benchmarks shows us that these models can improve
Oh, yeah.
really rapidly, sometimes much faster than we expect.
That's true. We've seen some surprising leaps in performance on other benchmarks. So what do they think about the possibility of AI actually conquering humanity's last exam?
So they actually suggest that AI models could exceed 50% accuracy on HLE
Wow.
by the end of 2025.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a pretty bold prediction.
it is.
A passing grade on humanity's last exam within just a couple of years.
Yeah, and I mean, think about what that means.
Yeah.
That means performance on par with experts.
Across 100 subjects.
Across over 100 subjects, yeah.
I mean, obviously, HLE is incredibly challenging,
Oh, yeah.
but we have to remember it's still a closed-ended test, right?
Right.
It's not capturing everything about human intelligence.
Exactly. HLE focuses on applying knowledge to very specific problems.
Right.
It doesn't really test things like creativity or original research or, the ability to tackle open-ended challenges.
Right. It's not like it's writing a novel.
Exactly.
Or composing a symphony.
Right. Those aspects of human intelligence are still very much uncharted territory for AI.
So even if AI aced HLE, it wouldn't necessarily mean that we've achieved AGI
No, not at all.
or that the robots are taking over.
Yeah, no.
Okay, good.
We need to be realistic about the limitations of this benchmark,
Right.
but it is a valuable tool
Yeah.
for understanding where we are right now with AI and what challenges we still need to overcome.
So it's more about giving us a clearer picture of AI's capabilities,
Exactly.
not necessarily declaring that it's reached human-level intelligence.
Right. It's a progress report, not a graduation ceremony.
I like that.
And speaking of challenges, one thing the paper points out is the computational cost of reasoning.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
So models that actually tried to reason through the problems,
Okay.
instead of just guessing,
Yeah.
they needed a lot more processing power.
Right. So it's not just about getting the right answer.
Yeah.
It's about getting it efficiently.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about the structure of humanity's last exam, how well current AI models do, and even the computational challenges.
Yeah.
But let's zoom out a bit.
Okay.
Why should anyone outside of the AI research world care about this?
That's a great question.
What are the broader implications here?
So this benchmark actually has implications that go way beyond just AI development.
Okay.
It's a really important reference point for policymakers, educators,
Oh, wow.
even the general public to understand what AI can and can't do.
Right, because if we don't know what it can do,
Exactly.
how can we control it?
We can't. And we also need to understand the potential risks.
Right?
So HLE gives us a yardstick
Okay.
to measure AI's progress towards, those expert level human capabilities.
So like a map of the AI landscape.
Yeah, you could think of it that way.
Okay.
It helps us navigate the potential benefits and the potential pitfalls.
And as AI gets more and more advanced, benchmarks like HLE are going to be essential for making sure that its development aligns with human values and goals.
Absolutely. It's not just about pushing the boundaries of what's technically possible.
Right.
It's about making sure that AI is actually beneficial to humanity.
It's about using it for good. I completely agree. Now let's talk about something I think a lot of our listeners are interested in.
Okay.
Education. What does humanity's last exam mean for the future of learning?
That's a big question.
Yeah.
If AI can master this kind of structured academic knowledge,
Right.
does that mean traditional education becomes obsolete?
Wow, do we even need schools anymore?
Do we need to rethink the whole purpose of learning?
That's a pretty mind-blowing thought.
It is.
It's like AI is forcing us to redefine what it means to be human.
Yeah. And what skills and abilities are going to be valuable in this new world.
So maybe instead of just memorizing facts, which AI might be better at anyway,
Right.
we need to focus on things like creativity and critical thinking and problem solving.
Exactly. Skills that AI hasn't quite mastered yet.
Right. The uniquely human skills.
The things that make us human.
The things that make us human. Okay.
And the paper doesn't give us all the answers,
Of course not.
but it definitely raises the right questions.
It's a starting point.
Yeah, and these questions are going to shape the future of education and how we understand intelligence itself.
So what happens if AI not only passes humanity's last exam,
Yeah,
but surpasses it?
it's a really interesting question.
What if AI starts setting the standards for knowledge,
Wow.
like pushing the boundaries beyond what we thought was possible?
I mean, are we going to see a future where AI is the teacher
Wow.
and humans are the students?
It's like a role reversal.
It is.
Okay, so AI is evolving super fast,
It is.
and we need to be ready for all the challenges and opportunities that come with that.
We do. This paper is a call to action.
Okay.
It's telling us to really think about the future of AI,
Yeah.
its impact on education, and the kind of world we want to live in.
So we've talked a lot about humanity's last exam,
We have covered a lot of ground, yeah.
from how they created this crazy benchmark
Right.
to how the AI models are doing and what it all means for, the future.
And the big picture. Yeah.
And it's clear that this benchmark is raising some really big questions
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
about AI and about ourselves.
I think that's one of the most interesting things about this paper.
Yeah,
It's not just about, measuring how smart AI is.
right.
It's about making us think about the kind of future we're building with this technology.
It's a mirror reflecting back at us.
Yeah.
For me, the biggest takeaway is that humanity's last exam,
Yeah.
it's not supposed to be the end.
Right.
It's more like an invitation to keep exploring and pushing the boundaries.
Exactly. And I think the authors would agree with that.
Yeah.
In fact, they actually encourage people to read the paper in detail
Yeah.
and even contribute to future versions of the data set.
Oh, wow. So you could actually help create the next humanity's last exam.
Yeah, you could be part of crafting those challenges that really push AI to its limits.
That's pretty cool.
It is. It's a great opportunity for anyone working in AI or even just interested in learning more.
So if you're listening to this and you're curious about AI,
Definitely check out this paper.
yeah, it's worth a read.
It gives you a real sense of where AI is at today, what it can do, what it can't do,
Or the challenges are.
and what the possibilities are.
And as we keep developing AI,
Yeah.
benchmarks like humanity's last exam are going to be really important
Essential, yeah.
to help us track our progress. See what's working, what's not working.
Make sure we're not going off the rails.
Exactly. And to make sure that we're building AI that benefits everyone.
That's the key, right?
Yeah. It's not just about making AI smarter.
No.
It's about making it better.
Smarter and better, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm reminded of a quote by Alan Turing.
Oh, yeah.
He's considered the father of computer science and AI.
Right.
And he said, "We can only see a short distance ahead, but we can see plenty there that needs to be done."
I love that quote.
Yeah, and it really captures the spirit of this paper.
It does.
We don't have all the answers,
Not yet.
but humanity's last exam shows us the important questions,
Right.
the challenges that we need to tackle as we move into this new age of AI.
And who knows, maybe one day AI will help us rewrite the whole concept of humanity's last exam.
Oh my
Maybe it'll lead us to new areas of knowledge and understanding that we can't even imagine right now.
That's a future I'm excited about.
Me too.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive into humanity's last exam.
It has been.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We hope you found it insightful
And thought-provoking.
and thought-provoking. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the world of AI.